I don't know if you can hear me well. So, yesterday we improved the system of the quiz system. And today this is what we're going to continue about. Improving and improving and improving the quiz system. To just add the slider type of question. So I'm just gonna ask the AI to do this, to do the work for me. There we go. Question options. And inside of this we need to select to check if one question is a type of slider. So question type. I don't even remember. Slider. So I will have the eye. Create. How can I do this? I need to create a new component called slider. And this would be question option slider. And I will have the eye to just create a question option slider component. The questions option slider component. I want the admin to be able to choose the mean and the max, and the step I also want the ability to set a 10 plus if the max is 10, so it would be a slider of be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus. Damn. But I don't know how I could design this thing. Design a slider. This is not really something that I formed the slider. This is not what I want, but I wonder how I could do it. So what is it doing? Damn, this is pretty bad. Okay, this is the preview. The preview is working okay, but I want a slider. So, plus indicator though, yeah. It's an okay stuff, it's okay. But like the versus mode, I would need to create a default answer for this question. Because basically there is only one, well, there is several answers, but they are displayed as only one element. So here I guess, yeah, here I need to create a default value, create a default answer for the slider question. It would be 0, 1. Okay. I look like trash. I didn't sleep enough. I need to focus myself. Okay. So, for those who don't know what the project is about, I can do a brief recap. I think I do this at every live stream. But basically, it's a team building solution for companies that want to organize events around sport competition. I already have an existing version of the product, which is called ckp.io, which is a platform that a forecast platform that allow you to create team building events for companies. This is, I can show you the demo. This is a white label platform, so it's customizable to the color on the design of the client. And I'm rebuilding it because the code base is quite old right now and it has to be modernized if I want to scale the project, and also because I'm not really satisfied with the version of the product right now, so that's why I'm rebuilding it. But basically, you are a company, you want to organize a team building event around a sport competition, let's say the Football World Cup, for instance. I will provide you the match feed, and you can bet on every game, and then the employees will earn points like that. And at the end of the competition, there is a ranking, and from where you are in the ranking system, you can earn prizes. Now, I don't provide any prizes, it's to the organizer. That it's up to the company that organized the event. And now, basically, I'm trying to build it again with a more complex, with more feature, I would say, especially in terms of quizzes, and that's what I'm building right now. So I want to allow every company to create tailored quiz, so they don't rely on me for their feed, if that makes sense. So for instance, this is what the platform looks like for McDonald's or for Google, etc., etc. It's a project that works. I made some money with it, but I just try to rebuild it and to see if I can scale the project. But I'm struggling on the back office page, mostly on the design system, because I'm not that good as a designer. But the AI is helping me to handle this situation. So far, everything works. Except the quiz system, which is the most complex things to implement. And then I will be able to start developing the actual game, because now it looks like this, pretty bad, right? So, yeah. Let's go. Hi, Petit Mid 4D. What's up, man? Oh, I think it's you. We DM'd on Twitter, I guess, right? And I was saying to you that I was looking for more like a job and not a free gig or something. I don't exactly remember if it was you or not. Why am I doing this? I could just do a for loop. Just copy and paste it. Boom. Why the slider title is never used, I don't know. Kinda weird. Yeah, we talked about a project. Yeah. Like I said, I can build you the MVP, but I cannot exactly work for free for now. So now if I just remove this and create a new question type of versus, no, not versus, just slider. Here we go, we do have this. And now if I check the DB, I should have, yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For strange reason, we do not have 10, because it should be 1, 2, 3, no. Should just not start at 0, would start at 11, and this would be 10 plus. So you can just delete this question. I will check if it deleted the question options, and sure it does. And now, sure enough, we have the right question options associated to this question. Let me think. I can remove this. Is equal to single choice. So here we go. And now we need to create the translation keys. Just thinking about if I should keep the border around this, or just directly put the question option in the main card. Because what the AI built is quite okay, but it's not as great. It's not as good as I thought it would be, as always. Because for some reason it created a card element, and I don't want that. You should have get inspired from this component instead of trying to create a card component. But hey, anyway. So shadow none, border P4, and then around the LG if it's not already the case, And here we go, we have the same design now. Now the question is, I should have P0. Yeah. It's reactive, okay. The only thing I don't understand is why it doesn't duplicate here. The problem is that I would have to convert this into a number. Like converting string into a number. This is something that is manageable, but I'm just thinking about what could be the best solution. Because slider config that minimum. Here is the default config of for the slider type. Adapt the code. I wonder if I'm on GPT-5 or SODI. Oh no, I'm on SODI. Okay, it's okay. Because ChatGPT-5, it's pretty bad. From what I've tested, I don't know why. It was supposed to be insanely good. Like their first preview of it was insane, but since they released it to the public, it was pretty bad. Perhaps it wasn't the same version. Like the influencers and stuff had a better version than what is publicly accessible right now. Hey Dono, how you doing? And I won't use this way of displaying the answer. I want to use the slider component from Chatien, so I would have to install it. I'm doing okay actually. Then if you're doing okay, it's okay. Hey man, what's the name of the AI name? Hi man, what's the AI name that you're using? The model, the AI model, or the agent? I'm using Genie AI, which is the AI agent for JetBrain. And yeah, it wouldn't work with JetBrain. It's not the state of the art, obviously. It's not as good as Cursor, it's not as good as Windsurf, it's certainly not as good as Cloud Code, but it do the job. At least for me, it do the job. And they keep improving it and improving it and improving it, so it's pretty good. And I use it with the Claude Sonnet model. Now there is some limitation to this AI, which is, first, you cannot upload images. You could do it with the AI chat. Now don't ask me why JetBrain have different AI integration, but they do. And here you have all the model you can imagine. So this is pretty neat. But for the AI agents, you only have Sonnet 4, Sonnet 3.7 and GPT-5. So yeah, and you have to pay for it, of course. So you have to pay for the PHP Storm IDE, and you have to pay for the JetBrain AI. Now I made a mistake since I didn't cancel my subscription. I wanted to try Cloud Code instead of this, because from what I can see, Cloud Code is the state of the art in terms of AI agent and coding agent, rather than Juni AI, but anyway. Now I'm stuck with it. I mean, it's okay. At the beginning it was really awful, but they keep improving it. They improved the software, and now they want to raise the prices. So it's not that great. So why? For instance, I haven't asked him to do this, but did it. I don't know why I did all this. Update slider configuration. This is not. It is absolutely. This is absolutely not what I wanted. So I'm gonna have to roll back, sadly. I'll try to ask him again. Why not React? I mean, Vue is good, but React? That's a touchy subject right here. Now I choose Vue because, first of all, this is the framework, the front-end framework I know the best. This is what I've learned back in like 2018 or something. But most importantly, I like the way the syntax work. I hate the React syntax. For instance, you see, React syntax is like writing HTML inside of JavaScript, while Vue.js is writing JavaScript inside of HTML, and I don't know why this makes more sense for me. I like the fact that the files are separated into different blocks, like the script block, the template block, and the style block. And I prefer this way of writing. It's more clean to me. It's more aesthetics. Now, don't get me wrong. React is better in many cases because of the ecosystem around it. But yeah, I choose Vue.js because I know it, and I like it. That's all. And also, one other consideration for Vue.js is that it's completely open source. I would say it's not tied to any corporation. I think it's just Evanu who is the main contributor to VJS. I don't know if it's even Evanu who built it. Yes, it's him. It's the guy. It's my boy, Evanu. And it's not like tied to Meta for React or to Google for Angular. So this is a big win for Vue.js, I think. Anyway, why don't you using Cursor? Because I hate VS Code. I really hate it. This is the default option. What the option will adapt the component to take this into consideration. I will pass those data as options, perhaps. Why don't you using Cursor? Oh yeah, because I hate VS Code. And Cursor is not state of the art right now. What is even better than Cursor is Cloud Code, which is really good, but extremely pricey also, because if you want to use the max model, which is Opus, you have to pay like $200 for that per month. I have friends who pay this much. But me, I don't see the point of paying this much for an AI. Because I don't, it's not that I don't like to work with AI and with AI agent. I cannot do, but I hate reading the code that the AI generate. I prefer to read it. And I don't read it, I don't like VS Code. So the best option for me would be to use NeoVim, like having some kind of a editor like this, and then plug either Cloud Code or Avante, which is a agentic mode for NeoVim, kind of like Cursor, Windsurf, etc. Sony 4 is good enough, at least for me. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good if you want to build, like if you want to build one feature, for instance, but if you want to have a big plan and stuff, Opus is way better. But it costs a tremendous amount of money. It failed miserably. It miserably failed from what I would ask him to do. Anyway. And why dark mode? But what, Niazik, what do you use? You use Cursor or Cloud Code? Because I think Cloud Code is even better with Sony 4 than Cursor is with Sony 4 with the same model. And why not dark? I'm going to be blind. Actually, it's not dark mode. It's dark mode, and you're not going to be blind if you switch to let's see, to dark mode. You are more likely to be blind rather than light mode, because your eyes need to, like your brain needs to process more in order to read white character on a black background rather than reading black character on a white background. It's way easier for your eyes and your brain to do the focus on black character on a white background rather than white character on a black background. So it's less stressful for the eye and for the brain. So you're less likely to become blind if you use white mode rather than dark mode. But to be fair, I use dark mode at night because otherwise it's too bright. I think I can show you pretty cool video. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's this one. 6 years ago, so...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
So I think it was the video. There is also a few videos that talk about it. So I would say dark mode is better at night, or if you live in a dark environment, but white mode is overall better, especially in broad daylight. Anyway, I use cursor, but I'm a designer, not a developer. I know some basic things like in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, so I know how to help LLMs to solve some stupid problems sometimes. Yeah, you have to know a bit of stuff in order to... I don't think if you know anything, you could leverage the power of LLMs. I'm thinking, because this is not as easy as I thought it would be, to create the default configuration for the slider based on only options. It's pretty easy to create it from scratch with a basic config and then adapt it and send it to the backend, but I have to create a way that the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's translated into a config. So it would be quite easy. I mean, the minimum would be the first element, so it would be option bracket 0, and the max would be option bracket the length of the array. But then I would need to also do a stepper thing. Oh, okay, but you know where I'm living. It's 6 AM here. That's why I'm asking. 6 AM, so it's the morning. It's early morning, so it's okay. You're writing the code by hand. It's rare now, lol. It's not that rare, I guess. It's just that sometimes the LLM sucks. Well, there is two reasons why I write it by hand. First one is, I won't say that I like the process of it, but I want to exactly understand how the code works, and I cannot allow myself to have some flow or error in the code, especially on the backend perspective, because it will be used by this product. This product will be used by company, and I can't allow myself to have stupid errors in my code. And so I want to understand it perfectly, so that's why I'm writing like 80% of it. And the second thing is that sometimes, I mean not most of the time, the AI is don't work as good as I wish it could, as I wish it should work, or as I wish. It's not good enough for me. That's the point. And the last reason is that I'm using a stack which is laravel, vuejs, inertia, vuejs, and PostgreSQL and Redis. So this is my tech stack. It's a great tech stack, in my opinion, like a really great, really good one. I'm going to make a video about it, but the only drawback is that the AI is not trained enough on this tech stack. So it's not as good as if it was Next.js, because it's not TypeScript, Laravel is not TypeScript, and etc, etc. So if the entire project was in React, I think I could have leveraged, I could have used the AI more, way more, and it would have better result. But since it's a PHP stack, it's not as good. It's not that great. So I have to write most of the code by myself with my little hands. But it's okay. Are you in Dubai? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Argonif? I know I need to sleep. It's just that sometimes, most of time, a lot of times I have insomnia. To me, okay. Did I say that I don't sleep? When did I say that? Because indeed, I don't sleep enough. You can probably see that on my face. Sometimes I sleep pretty well, but most of the time it's average. You said it's 6 a.m. No, it's not 6 a.m. It's Argonif would said it was 6 a.m. or something. Yeah. The guy in the chat said it was 6 a.m. Me, it's almost 12. What code editor I'm using? I'm using PHP Storm, which is a JetBrains editor. Remove this. This is garbage. GPT-5 is really bad. Yeah, I'm using PHP Storm. So you're in Bali then? No, I'm not in Bali. I'm in South Korea. What's the best free or non-free AI that you use? Do you know? Because there is so many of them. Well, the best, the overall best, if you have the money for it, is Cloud Code. This is the state of the art, but it's not integrated inside of a editor. It's a CLI, so a command line interface, kind of like Gemini, like this. So you can ask him to do some stuff. Now Gemini is pretty bad, so don't use it. I mean, the CLI of Gemini is pretty bad, but Cloud Code is pretty good. Now, some free LLMs, it doesn't exist. It doesn't really exist. You could use, I think, Libra. No, what's the name of? Oh, Kiro. But it's not that free. It's the waitlist. It's in a waiting list, So it's the text editor made by AWS, by Amazon, and I think since they just launched it, it's free for now. It's free, but at a certain point you would have to pay for it. You can try it. I can just show you the link. Or you have Chinese editor. And I think there is a pretty generous free tier. It's also based on VS Code. Other than that, you can use Olama, which will help you to install local model on your computer, and then you can use some coding model, like, I don't know, let's say DeepSeek Air one. I don't know if it's a coding model. It's not a coding model, but you could use Llama. I think they have a coding stuff. Mistral also, they have CodeStar. I think this is for coding, so you could install this model, and then in your favorite text editor and the settings, you could where is it? You can add some custom provider, and it will build your Olama local URL. So you would pay nothing, but the model will be way slower and less powerful than non-open source model like Sony 4 or Opus. So this is the option that you have. Now it's up to you. Choose wisely. But the best is Cloud Code by far. Then you have Codex, which is the Cloud Code for... No, it's not Codex. Is it Codex? Oh yeah, it's Codex. So it's the Cloud for, but made by OpenAI. I don't know what it's worth. Otherwise, you have Windsurf, which is a text editor based on VS Code also, it's basically Cursor. Then you have Cursor. Then you have, that's it, you have Kiro and you have Try. You have plenty of them, but the best one is Cloud Code by far. So I hope it answers your question. I want to create. So almost all the good one you have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay. Except if they have like infinite free VC money, like Kiro, and they offer you a nice free tier. But you have to pay because it's running in the cloud, so someone has to pay for the GPU, right? So yeah, you have to pay. Yeah, fair point, thanks. You're welcome. If you have any other question, you can just ask. Otherwise, you could use like ChatGPT for instance, and you copy and paste your code, but it's not that great. It would be less. Um, what is this? I don't know what is this. They changed it. It's new. We could use directly ChatGPT on the web app, but yeah, overall you would need to pay. If you want to have something pretty powerful, you would have to pay. Like electricity and GPU are not cheap, so yeah. Or if you have a really powerful computer, then if you have, I don't know, 100 gigabyte of RAM and you have a huge GPU, you could run a local model for free, but it's not. It would not be as fast. You could also try Grok from Twitter, the AI from Twitter. It's really great. It's really good. I don't know if you can use it inside of API, inside of a text editor. Let me think. There is another option, but it would cost you a tremendous amount of money. I don't know. I don't remember the name of this. There is a text editor that allow you to run every model. It's pretty powerful, but it would cost you a tremendous amount of money in terms of API. I don't remember the name. Yeah, VS Code fork. I don't remember. It's kind of like Windsurf and VS Code, but it's damn. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's this one, Klein. So Klein, I think if you have unlimited amount of money, you can use it and just plug any API. Like I don't know if you have, like, for instance, some OpenAI API credential. You put it inside of Klein, and if you are not scared of losing a lot of money, because you will send every time you make a request, you will send the entire code base, it will do the best. It will make the best results, I think. I haven't tried it, but if you are willing to just go all in on AI and you are not scared of the cost and you want the best results possible, I think Klein is something to take in consideration. Yeah, as a programmer and CS major student, I use it every day, but in a very technical way. It's always wrong. What do you use? Sorry, I missed the conversation. What do you use? Builder.io isn't. No, it's not this one. isn't the company that just went bankrupt because they were lying, and they they were pretending it was AI, but in the background it was Indian developer that were doing the work. I don't know if it's them or not. I think it's them. Yeah, it's them. And it shut down. It doesn't exist anymore? Oh, so yeah, it has been shut down. Builder.ai doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, $1.3 billion in investment, and just they could have survived if they were open about it. Like, yeah, it's not really AI and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, ChatGPT. I mean, yeah, but cloud is very cheap. Cloud is every. I don't understand your sentence. ChatGPT. But in a very technical way. So who is wrong? I don't think it's that wrong though. But you want to see if anything about ChatGPT? Like, it cannot solve a basic equation. I would have to hide my screen. So, ChatGPT. I don't remember, but it was terrible. Even Claude could fail to it. Yeah, okay, I got it. So, you want to see a funny experiment and how bad the AI is? Perhaps they fixed the bug. They fixed the bug though. So, okay, let's open ChatGPT. And let's ask him to solve this equation. I mean, in math it sucks. Now I got the right answer. What the fuck? Now I got the right answer. But before it was saying like minus 0.21, something like that, because it thought that this number was higher than this one for some reason. Anyway, my experiment is bad right now. But it was when I tried it, it sent me the wrong results. I don't know why. Now he's doing okay, but I have the proof here that it was pretty bad, even though it's Claude. But ChatGPT gave me the same answer. Anyway. Mean, okay. Max, extract the last value from the last option. Yeah. This is not really great. But let's pretend it is. Show plus indicator. Okay. So now it should work. In theory, why doesn't? Oh, this is the step. Oh, this is the max. The second input is the max, right? Yeah, okay, my bad. I think also because there is something between the comma and the dot, so that's why he has a hard time understanding what I wanted to say. Because for instance, well, I don't know, but in French, when you want to say 10.5, you don't do this. You put a comma instead. While in the US, I think you put a comma. You put a dot. So perhaps it's, I don't know if it's this. I don't know if that causes any issue in the reasoning model stuff. But anyway. There's some little complexity in it. It depends on the type of project. If we want to build a web-based project based on React, and mostly if you use MD. If you use this stack, next TypeScript plus React plus some TSORM stuff, you will have a great. It will be really great. You could smash entire functionalities and stuff, but if you are using a more niche tech stack that is not JavaScript, and especially it's not TypeScript, and it's not React, then it would be pretty bad. But indeed, if you have a really complex project with functionalities everywhere and it requires a huge amount of logic, and you don't create guidelines, then yes, you will have no time understanding how the project works and to build functionality on top of it. So it depends. If the project is quite simple, then yes, you will smash functionalities without a sweat. But if it's slightly more complicated, then you will have a hard time creating nice feature. But one thing you have to take in consideration is that you also have to prompt the AI in a correct way, in a correct manner, and you also have to create some guidelines and rules and some markdown files where you explain in detail how the project works and stuff like this. And this is something that most of people don't use. By the way, I don't know if you hear me well. Perhaps I should increase the sound and just enable noise cancellation. And one thing also you have to take in consideration is that using MCPs. I don't know if you have ever used MCP. You could use MCP with context 7, which is some kind of a database. It's not really a database, but it will extract the documentation and create a RAG around it. So when you use the context 7 MCPs, it will search through the documentation of every library that you're using. So it's the AI agent will be always up to date with the latest documentation. So this is pretty good and pretty useful. Pum 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 pum. No. What no? I forgot what I said. Yeah, context 7. I will show you in a link in documentation. If you're using LLMs, then use context 7. It's mandatory. Bum bum bada bum. Like for instance, you will have to say, okay, I'm using the I want you to create, I don't know, blah 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 blah, and then you at the end of the prompt you say use context 7, so the AI agent knows that it has to use the MCP. For instance, Judy models MCP settings. You see, I have the context 7 MCPs. So this is pretty interesting. Anyway, by the way, I don't know why I don't have the MCPs of Laravel. I should have it. But for instance, I can ask the agent check the last log of my Laravel app. I have to use it in another chat because, and in theory only, no, okay, so it doesn't work. Oh, I haven't installed the Laravel MCP for this project. I'm so stupid. It's Boost Laravel. So yeah, it's trying to do this like crazy thing. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. And this will allow AI agent that is running on my text editor to use the context of the Laravel application I'm running on. So for instance, you will be able to run Laravel command, it will be able to check the log, it will be able to, well, let's see. To see the routes, to see the doc, to use Tinker, to get the config, etc., to do some database query. It's pretty powerful. So I'm using it with PHP Storm, so let's install it. And I want to use it with Juni. Why cursor? Yeah, okay, no one cares. And it didn't work. Why? I have Redis that is running. Anyway, I don't know why it doesn't work. Redis is running. Well, you should take context 7 into consideration. I will edit the environment files. Damn, I haven't really worked. I have just the app for like an hour. This is pretty terrible. Pum 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 padabum padam pum 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 padabum. No, it's the image is Redis, so it should be called Redis. I have no clue why it doesn't work. I don't know. Let me see if there is another option of how to install it. Bum 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 bum. MCP settings. Yeah, I cannot install it because it's failed miserably. I don't know why though. No name or not server provider not known. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I wanted to show you the MCP of Laravel, but apparently I cannot install it on this project, even though I have Redis that is running. It works on this project though. I don't know why it does not work on this one. Oh, I know why. But it's quite... Anyway, come on. And I need to do PHP artisan because I wasn't running inside of the Docker container. So if I run this command directly inside of the Docker container, it should work now. So PHP storm, yeah, Juni, yes. And then boom, it works. And now I can install it, like, MCP settings. Don't know why it doesn't work. And then I can enable Laravel Boost. Apply. Okay. No such file, no such directory. Why? Well, anyway, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. Anyway. For now I have edited the MDC file to tell it to prefix every command with Sayer. Okay, so let's install it with this custom config. And instead of command, I need to use this one. Args PHP Artisan Boost MCP. No. Anyway, you said I don't like you, so I mean everyone, but so far VS Code has been good for me. No, I mean VS Code is good. It's just that I'm too used to the interface of JetBrains editors, and also I think if it's the most powerful thing. It's the most powerful ones. Everything is set up directly. You don't need to configure, and even configuring files in VS Code is like boring. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Sometimes I use it, but I'm like, I don't like the fact that it's built in Electron. I don't like the fact. But if I had to use it, then I'd use it. I've used it in Wide. I think I've used it for 2 years or something at my work, because I couldn't install PHP Storm because my computer was so bad. The computer was so bad that I couldn't run VS Code. PHP Storm, sorry. I don't know how to kind of refresh this. It doesn't work at all. I can't reprogram save. I have no clue why it doesn't work. The funny thing is that it works on this project. Anyway. So. Let's move on, because I've lost too many time. I've lost too much time on this question. So dot question dot. Here we go. I don't need this. I don't know why he put a... I'm going to soup thank for the tips, mate, and have a good luck with your project, man. Thank you. Have a nice rest. And thank you for passing by. I'll take a 5-minute break. So, well, actually no, because it's almost noon. So we'll end up the stream anyway. Okay, so now I see clearer. This is why I like the AI for translating files and adding translation keys and then the associated translation with it. It's perfect. Like, I know it won't be wrong with it. So I just trust her on this. Perhaps I trust her too much, but I don't think so. Why there is Python? I don't know. Python 3, vuejs and process validation. What I don't like, I should specify every time that I don't want you to run tests. Yeah, all the JetBrains software, everyone's, yeah. But they're heavy but pretty powerful. Kinda like it. Now I should get this checked, but for some reason it's not. Let's debug it. Can I log? Yeah. So it's true. Why? It's true, but it's not checked. Show plus sign indicator. Show plus sign indicator. Update check. So it's true, but it's not checked. There we go, now it works. Boom. I should have told him to use context 7 for this one. Anyway. So the step, if I say step 2, it works so well. It works so great. Damn, it's insane. So now I want to remove this and add a slider, and this will be the end of this component basically. So yeah, I think I do this by hand. I don't know where does I display this. Oh, it's here. Here is the display, so now I need to put the slider over there. So let's go. I think I have to install it because I haven't installed it yet. Oh, it's already exists. Yeah, let's overwrite it. I didn't know it was already here. No, it's not here. I just installed it. Kind of weird. Perhaps. Anyway. Code. It's inside of a form. I don't want this. Code. So I can call this. Here, put it inside of a div and call the slider and import it. This is why I like JetBrains editors. By the way, if you want to try the JetBrains editors, there is WebStorm. That if you are not doing a business project, like a commercial project, you can use it on the free version. V model. Why nothing works? CTX is not a function. What is this? Why there is such a class? Oh, come on. Why it doesn't work? That number is not assignable to number. What is the doc? Why is it an array? Doesn't make any sense. So, So the step would be slider config. That step. The max would be slider config.max, and the mean slider config.mean. Show press indicator. No. There we go. So now, indeed, I can see that. I want this to be in the middle, so I want to display the mean and max and the slider as well as the current value. Set the current value, set the default, set the value of the slider as the this is a great question. How could I force the user to select a value of the slider? Because I don't want to select something by default. But if they do not answer to any question, how could I say, okay, you have to click on the slider to select an option without pre-selecting an option in the first place? This is a question for another time, but it's an interesting one. Set the value of the slider as the middle of as the middle. I don't know. Let's see. Otherwise, I could just ask the user to click on some label, but it's not that great. I would prefer to have a slider like that. Boom, 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 boom. Now the problem is that I would have to force the user to click. I don't know, perhaps it would be transparent at the beginning, and then when you click, it just become non-transparent. I don't know. Damn, this is exactly what I wanted. How did he manage to constrain a value? Are you using AI? Yes, I am, but not extensively. I can't really allow myself to use AI extensively because there is stuff that I think 80% of the code or 70% of the code it's me, and the 30% is AI. I can't really allow myself to use AI that much, too much, because it will create bugs that I'm not allowed to have in production. How was I displaying this? Yeah, I was displaying it like this, but it's perhaps suboptimal if we have a huge amount of yeah, I'm using Sonnet 4 along with Juni AI, which is the agent of JetBrain. Boom. So I cannot substitute people at this point. It can, but it depends on the project. But overall, no. It cannot. It made me think about a tweet from I think it was from the Prime Gen. Yeah, we are so back. What's the point of vibe coding if I still have to pay a dev to fix it? I can let you read this, sink it into your brain. What's the point of vibe coding at the end of the day if I still have to pay a dev to look at the code anyway? Sure, it feels kind of cool while I'm typing, like I'm one of the like I am in some flow state or whatever. But when stuff breaks, it's just dead weight. I can't vibe my way through debugging, I can't ship anything that actually matters, and then I'm back to square one putting out of my wallet for someone who actually knows what they are doing. Makes me think vibe coding is just roleplay for guys who wants to feel like hackers without doing the hard part. Am I missing something here, or it's just really just useless once you step outside the fantasy? So basically, what it means is that vibe coding work until a certain point. AI works until a certain point, and then you have to call the dev in order to fix the bugs. So this is what I think, basically. Okay, makes sense. It's like everything. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. But it's really happening if you are building complex project. I think if it's just a simple to-do list, it's fine. Like the AI can handle it. I'm not a coder, by the way. Yeah, no problem. But you could use like tools like Lovable or something, and you could create a small project out of it. but at a certain point it will start to hallucinate and create bugs and stuff. So you would need to download it and then to use some AI agent like Cursor or something, or a Cloud Code in order to debug it. So it's not that perfect. No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. You see, this is not what I wanted. I wanted him to just, I wanted the AI just to put this verification here. And it could not do it. So I do it by myself. So sometimes doing things by yourself is way faster. So now, if I just do this, boom, I have the error. And I can hide this for now. No, not this, but this. I don't know why the plus indicator is not shown. So in the max, I should say there we go. This is not how it works. Can I simplify this? So, does it worth to start coding in 2025, or doesn't worth it means if I want to make some income coding because people say it's too late to start learning it? It depends. It depends on what you learn. What the fuck is it doing? No, 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 no. This is way too complicated for what I need. It depends on what you want to build. If you want to be it depends of your implication in the process. If you want to go really deep, then yeah, go ahead and learn how to code. You can still start learning by looking those videos. The CS15 from Harvard, pretty good, really good as an introduction actually. Where is the video? Every year they make the same video about an introduction to coding. You probably heard of it. Where is it? So here we go. And then boom, you have all those videos. Pretty cool, pretty good. You can start by that. And then I would highly suggest to focus on one thing. It depends on what you want to build, but if you want to build like small website in React, then I don't think it's that necessarily. I don't think it's worth it to learn how to code to make an income around it. Like if you want to be hired as a software engineer. But if you want to learn stuff in a more deeper level, for instance, if you want to build, if you want to code powerful application in Zig, for instance, then yeah, it's better to learn how to code. It depends of your ultimate goal, basically. If you want to be really good, then yes, learn how to code. But if you only want to be a surface level developer, then yeah, don't try to learn. It won't be worth it. Yeah, that's it. I think yeah, that's it. It depends on how much you want to be implicated in the process. And you can pretty much use AI to learn how to code, how to program. It has never been a better time to start learning how to program, but take in consideration that there is a lot of people on the market right now as a developer, as a software engineer. So you would need to focus on one particular technology. It's just my opinion, but focus on one particular technology like Rust or Zig, some programming language like that. Focus to it, or even C or C++, and then be extremely good at it, and then you will have a chance to land a job. Contribute to open source project, create your own open source project with those languages, and you will be able to find a job. But if you want to learn JavaScript, then forget about it. There is already too much people around on this languages. So yeah, I would highly suggest you to pick one thing, to pick one domain and stick to it and focus to it and be extremely good at it. And if you want to build a website and learn JavaScript and front-end development, for instance, you could find a way, but you would have to be extremely good at design. For instance, you could become a creative developer and build a website like this. And this, trust me, AI cannot build it yet. If you want to build a beautiful website like that, it's with a lot of animation, a lot of 3D effects, a lot of crazy stuff going on, then you will be able to find a job and find a pretty well-paid job, like extremely well-paid, extremely, yeah. And this is basically only JavaScript with Three.js. Now you could argue that Peter Levels and people like that managed to build website with Three.js, but I'm not going to lie, it's pretty ugly. while this is just pure art. It's Bruno Simon, a French dude that is extremely good at Three.js. So yeah, this is your main options. Either go to one languages, stick to it and become extremely good at it, or become a creative developer and create insane website. But this is extremely complicated. You need to be kind of a designer yourself and be good at math. So yeah. And I think this is what will wrap up the live. Well, what was the insane website? They were an insanely beautiful website. I can't explore. The website doesn't work. Oh, it's my internet connection that is pretty bad. No, I think the website is down. No, my internet connection is... Anyway, it's just... It doesn't work. Thanks for watching. Anyway, the stream is over now. It's been like 2 hours. Not a really long time. Not really long, but decent enough. Oh, it's charging. Yeah, this website, pretty good. Crazy good. So if you are able to build a website like this, then trust me, you will find jobs. Like you can play with the mice and stuff. Like, this is crazy good. This is so good. Insanely good. But you would need to be a designer yourself and to be extremely good at finding design ideas and stuff like that. So it's not only pure programming. And look at this. This is only 3D inside of the browser, by the way. So, no, this is insane. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you perhaps tomorrow.